welcome back to Make Me a Fan. I am Jefferson Alonzo Green, aka The Jag, and I'm sitting next to...
I'm Pete Trerice, the Encyclopedia.
You damn right you are. And we're watching WWE UK Rampage 93. It pretty much rhymes, all right? So here's the deal, people. Some guy, some clown, if you will, we'll call him an MMAF-er, all right? Crocodile Troy hit us up and asked us to do a review, a recap, or an episode, whatever, a couple episodes about UK Rampage 93. Now this guy, his first name is Nick, he goes by Crocodile Troy on YouTube. He asked us to watch this and do a recap video like we tend to do sometimes. All I gotta say is be careful what you ask for, because you're gonna get the Jag and both barrels from the Encyclopedia. We're gonna tell you what we really think. And so yesterday, we watched a match between Kamala and Doink the Clown. The day before, it was Brian Knobbs versus Head Shrinker Fatu, aka Rikishi. And today is another random match. Tell him, Pete. I can't even talk about it.
So we have Samu,
yes.
and Mr. Perfect.
You damn right, Mr. Perfect. If you're not a fan of Mr. Perfect, just stop the video. Just stop, because you're never gonna like anything we have to say, because Perfect is magnificent. Okay, now every time I watch Mr. Perfect, I think about a very unfortunate individual, a guy named Terry Taylor. A guy who is now a coach, I believe, for the WWE, producer, whatever, backstage. But at one point, he had a choice between Mr. Perfect and the Red Rooster. And Terry Taylor chose the Red Rooster. This man strutted around with his hair spiked into a red...
I don't think he chose it. I think that's what they gave him.
I thought he had a choice between Perfect and Red Rooster.
I think that's the gimmick that he got.
I read somewhere that he had the choice, and he didn't think people would believe a guy who was perfect at everything, so he went with Red Rooster. That's what I read. Maybe it's a lie. Maybe it's one of those rumors from way back in the day. I don't know.
We'll have to find a way to settle it.
We'll have to settle it somehow. Maybe we can get Mr. Terry Taylor on the show.
That'd be pretty wonderful.
Because he's watching. Because you know he's a fan.
Hey, I don't blame him.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I can't help but think about a man going, when you could have been perfect. Mr. Perfect, first of all, can we talk about the music?
Perfect.
That music is amazing. I forgot how great that music was.
Music is perfect.
And when the song hit, the UK fans lost their ever-loving minds. They loved them some Perfect.
The arena blew all the way sky high off, and the people that were hanging from the rafters, they were just swinging even faster.
They're gone. They haven't been seen since '93. They're gone.
They went up into the atmosphere.
Here's the thing about Perfect. Is judging by the commentary with Bobby the Brain Heenan, he had a recent face turn where he left the Weasel behind and is now a babyface Mr. Perfect. And the people can't get enough of babyface freaking Perfect. Bobby Heenan can't talk enough trash about babyface Perfect, which is interesting and funny in and of itself.
Just reinforces how good that they can get Perfect over as a babyface.
Absolutely, and Perfect could do no wrong in this match. Now, of course, him being the face, he got his tail kicked by Samu for quite a while. I swear,
kept getting thrown out of the ring.
Oh yeah, you know, he got beat down a lot. Even the manager, what's his name? Alpha hit him a couple times low, hit him with the kick to the ribs. A lot of crazy stuff happened. But I swear, if Perfect just freaking broke wind, the crowd went wild. You know, Perfect could have farted, and they'd have been like, yeah. Perfect could do no wrong in this match, people. And you know what? I gotta say it this way. Coming from a guy who watched the vignettes introducing Perfect before he ever made it, with the freaking full court basketball shot, the perfect spiral with the football, the perfect bowling game, right?
All of that. Everything.
He was such a properly packaged and introduced product. All that alliteration.
Oh no,
right?
Of course. That is showing what vignettes can do. When done right, when put together, when not rushed, it comes across perfect. $1
Million Man.
Perfect.
Mr. Perfect. Kane, quite possibly the best build-up and debut in the history of wrestling, in my opinion.
Oh, of course. He comes out at Hell in a Cell and he rips that door off, and I was insane. I had lost it. I had lost it.
That was actually Bad Blood.
Bad Blood, yeah.
Yes.
But it was a Hell in a Cell that they were.
It was, and he ripped the door off.
And he ripped the door off, and like people yeah.
Fantastic. Look, every once in a while, you got to talk all the trash you want about the WWE. But
they always did it.
They did it right.
They always did it right.
They did it right. I mean, and Perfect, this was a reminder. I haven't thought about Perfect in quite some time. This man was magnificent. He was definitely prolific and gifted, amazing athlete. The perfect plex. Who would have thought
Fisherman Buster
suplex was the best finishing move? It's a suplex.
And it was protected. It was protected for so long, and even after he lost, they still rarely ever kicked out of it because they respect. I think that shows how much that the other person in the ring respected that.
Absolutely. I mean, what is it? A fisherman suplex into a pinning combination.
It's a fisherman buster into a pinning combination, which of course,
Come on, guys. I mean,
it's not rocket surgery here.
No, but what it was perfect. Mr. Perfect, Curt Hennig, was amazing. I don't remember much about him in WCW. Do you?
Yeah, he had the West Texas connection because it was a callback to how all the West Texas people, like the Von Erichs and all those guys that came built up in the 70s and 80s. But he had the Rapid Crap stuff. That was what he did in WCW. He was also in the NWO.
Yeah.
So he was a horseman.
Everybody was in the NWO.
Well, but that was the problem was that this goes back to Fall Brawl and that he was going to be with Sting and all those guys, and now he actually went NWO.
Was anything ever top Mr. Perfect?
Oh, no. And that stuff, those runs were great in WCW and that stuff, but nothing was better than Mr. Perfect.
One of the best gimmicks in wrestling history. And of course, after taking a beat down for probably, 15, 20 minutes, he's able to pull out the win against head shrinker Samu with the Perfect Plex, and the crowd loses their ever-loving mind. After the 3 count, which was a fast count, by the way, but who cares? All right? You see people in the crowd rush the rail to try to get a high five.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Perfect.
The crush of people. I mean, and the people rose to their feet on.
Yes.
I mean, it was like 1, 2,
3,
and then people were on their feet. I mean, like
Premier. I mean, it was like
they elicited the reaction they were absolutely going for. Like they like that was not a home run. That was a grand slam.
Sometimes things just freaking work, and this gimmick and this match just freaking work. This actually made me nostalgic. Like it made me think, like, dude, back in the day before dirt sheets,
before we knew any of this stuff, this was like I would have been glued. Like I would have been. That match would have finished, and I would have ran around the house for 10 minutes screaming about
high-fiving your friends and screaming.
I would have called everybody. I just sort of ran around the house screaming like I can't believe this was so good.
I'd have dropped a couple elbows on my wrestling buddies because that's what the hell we did back in the day, right? Not 93. I was a little old in 93, but I remember having wrestling buddies in 5th and 6th grade, and I beat the stuffing out of Ultimate Warrior. Not so much Hulk Hogan because
he was a good dude.
He was Hulk Hogan. Yeah. But Ultimate Warrior got the business. He got these hands, as you might say for Braun Strowman, who I don't know if you saw, but we got these hips. Did you see that?
Yes.
I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was great for him.
For sure.
I don't know. We'll talk about that in another video. However, Crocodile Troy, after that last travesty of a match, this match redeemed it. I'm back in. Troy, are we keeping score for Troy?
Nah, I think overall, I think he's doing pretty well.
I'll say 2-1.
Yeah.
So far, you're making me a fan, Crocodile Troy. But we'll see how this shakes out. Because the next match, you know what it is. I don't know what it is, but he saw the preview. What's the next match?
Maybe Damien DeMisto? You don't even know who that is, and Bob Backlund.
Oh, Bob Backlund. Oh my God!
And so this is one of those really rare times where Bob Backlund's coming back in, because remember in '94 he beats Bret Hart for the title.
Yeah. And
so like that becomes a whole thing. So like they're bringing Bob Backlund back in. This is 10 years after he lost the title, because remember he dropped the title to the Iron Sheik.
Okay.
And then Hogan took the title from him.
Yeah. Okay.
Because again, it was that traditional babyface doesn't beat a babyface for a title. You always use a transitional champion.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we just actually had the 30th anniversary or 35th anniversary or whatever of when Sheik won it, like 36 years ago in December.
Very cool. Now here's the thing about Bob Backlund. Now Bob Backlund nobody knew or cared about Bob Backlund. He was old school. He wasn't all that exciting. He wasn't all that great on the microphone.
Yeah, he was an old school wrestler.
But he wore us down and made us cheer for him. Bob Backlund is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, was it 3 years of watching him go up against everybody and having pretty decent matches, but he was the most boring piece of trash on 2 legs. But somehow, over time, they made us care about Bob Backlund. Say what you want about Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon in 1993 was on fire.
Oh, of course.
I mean, Vince McMahon for probably the last 40 years.
It really has been.
Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want about the last...
There's been times when other people have had to push him to be great, but that's okay. But sometimes you need those people to push greatness.
For about 83 weeks, you mean?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, something like that. All right. Well, this was great. Troy?
Not too bad.
I'm a fan of this match. I'm a fan of Perfect for life.
Oh, for sure.
And I am a fan of Bob Backlund, so that's coming up tomorrow. So make sure you hit the bionic elbow on that subscribe button, you ring the bell, and I don't know, should they comment?
I would like that. I mean, if you didn't like the video, it's okay. Hit the dislike button or hit the like button. Or
if you like Perfect, hit the like button. If you don't like Perfect, then just...
Yeah, hit the dislike button.
You can, but after that, just don't ever watch wrestling again. All right? Just don't do it. Now, coming up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, we will watch another match with Damian DeMisto versus Bob freaking Backlund. So, Troy, you might lose another point on this one, buddy. Let's see what happens tomorrow. You good?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'll see you guys tomorrow.